Hey yo, what is going on, and welcome to another TCM update video. I know I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately. I've been kind of busy, but I promise I'll post some more soon. Anyways, let's get right into the update. Got some pretty juicy stuff in here for you guys. Let's check it out. All right, guys, first things first, Hitchhiker got a little bit of a work. All right, so they fixed an exploit where Hitchhike players could use the trap to pass through walls and doors. So, you know, you can always count on people using a nice little exploit here and there and kind of abusing it every chance they get. As soon as something new gets figured out, people start immediately using that, and it's actually insane. Hitchhiker also got another thing with his trap where there were some interaction issues. I guess victims would be unable to interact with gaps and crawl spaces and other elements after stepping in a trap. So it got a lot of people killed, and it's happened to me before too, which is kind of frustrating. When it comes to Johnny and Sissy's lunge, I know you've seen Johnny running around before and swinging his knife. Well, little did you know, Johnny was actually getting a nice little speed boost, and they both had really long lunges. So both of their lunges were greater than other family members, and considering they had tiny little knives, I wonder how that was even possible. They adjusted this to make it a little bit more in line with the other family members. They're saying that it also should correct Johnny bills they were seeing in public magic, so I'm assuming these were the ones that were allowing him to just like infinitely run and sprint without, you know, running out of stamina and running really fast. So I'm glad they messed with that. Now, you may have been in other people's like streams or videos and saw them have a really bright game when they were in the basement. Well, that's because they were going into the game files and actually editing them. I guess they fixed that because now they fixed an issue where it would allow PC players to actually go in and adjust the brightness within the files. So maybe people will stop being able to do that, and you know, kind of an exploit, kind of a cheat. You know, it's not really fair, honestly, if you ask me. But you know, I guess that's up for interpretation depending on, you know, what you guys like to run in the game. Another thing with the Hitchhiker trap, they did actually stop Hitchhiker's ability to place the trap directly on the top of ladders. I gotta be honest, this actually makes me kind of happy because him having a trap on the ladder and the victims being unable to crawl back down, it kind of made it really difficult. So you would be going up, you would see his trap, and there's nothing you can do about it, because I want to say the little option to drop while you're climbing up the ladder ends just about like 75% of the way up the ladder. It doesn't really give you enough space to be able to actually see the trap and kind of, you know, back down. So it does still allow for strategic play, but it gives victims the opportunity to actually counter the trap, maybe go around it, or maybe, you know, disable the trap. They changed another thing where fuse box is able to be reset by the family now, just like they were able to do with generators and batteries. There's also going to be a little cooldown applied the same way. So once it gets activated, they won't be able to immediately shut it down, kind of like the gen and the bat. You can't turn it back on immediately, but you will be able to actually shut it off after a given time. They didn't really say, so kind of just play it by ear. Now, guys, they did a big fix that I'm pretty sure a lot of Bubba mains are going to be very happy about, and honestly just killers in general, because the family stun immunity has been reworked. Family now has a 10-second stun immunity period after an initial stun ends. So now if you're actually trying to stun lock Bubba, you won't be able to for 10 seconds after stunning him the first time. So whether you've backstabbed him or you're hitting him with the door, there's going to be a 10-second buffer in between where you'll be able to do it again. So this kind of increases the pace of the game and doesn't really allow victims to sit there and trap Bubba in the basement or trap another killer on a door, you know, while all the other victims are getting away or solving puzzles and stuff. So this is actually really good. There's no stun immunity, however, for family members that are stunned by victims bursting out of hiding places. So if a Bubba's currently been stunned by a door, and within those 10 seconds he runs by a hiding place and you bust out of there, it's gonna stun him again. That's important to note because that doesn't fall into the immunity period. If you attempt to stun a family member who has immunity, you will see that the prompt for Leland's ability or backstab will not show. If you attempt to stun a family member who has immunity with a door slam, it will have no effect. I don't know if they're going to phase through it or if the door is just going to hit them and they're going to keep running. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to play out, but I guess we'll see. Close encounters all vary in duration due to the individual family members having different stun recovery times. Therefore, the immunity period of each family member is different. So, you know, 10-second is kind of the base, but when it comes to close encounters, I guess it'll vary depending on which family member you're fighting with. So I guess we're gonna have to play that by ear. Now, Taekwondo actually got a really big nerf, with level 1 being 5 seconds, level 2 being 6, and level 3 being 8 seconds stun duration when you do hit somebody with the door. So you know, I remember level 3 being at 16 and now it's at 8. So yeah, that's at 50%. So I actually kind of like this change, and it plays along with the family stun immunity, because I do think that sitting there and bullying a Bubba in the basement, or even a killer when you're just running around, you know, it's kind of like, it kind of defeats the purpose of the gameplay, and it takes away from the overall momentum of the game. So I kind of agree with these, you know, I'm not gonna lie with you. The agitator perk, which is the perk that reduces Grandpa's levels when he gets stabbed, is now also nerfed. So at level 1 is going to be 1.5, at level 2 is going to be 2, and at level 3 is going to be 2.5 levels of the Grandpa family bond reduction, as opposed to level 3 typically being 4 levels of reduction. So now they won't be able to completely take away his levels when they do stab him. If he is at max, only can bring it down to a maximum of 2.5 levels. So as much as I hate Grandpa, I do think this is a good one as well. Grandpa is super overpowered, and I feel like they, you know, they should kind of take a look at it, especially if every single killer has like maxed out blood harvesting and they're feeding him. I've seen Grandpas get maxed out within like the first few minutes of the game. So maybe he'll get a little rework eventually, but as of right now, I think this is a good little balance right now. Another thing was tuned is the stealth performance in mini games. We've adjusted the amount of noise generated in gathering mini games when at full stealth. So I'm assuming if your character's at full stealth, it's actually going to play a role in these mini games more than it used to before. So it might be a good thing to start thinking about a little stealth build, especially on your Julies, which, you know, Julie is stealth freaking expert. Leland's ability stun duration. So they've adjusted the stun duration upgrades for Leland's lifesaver ability. So I guess kind of jump in there and see what kind of upgrades they actually had. Guys, I hope this video actually helped you guys. I would very much like to see what you guys think down below if you guys have played it, because the update did just drop today, so I kind of want to see how you guys feel down below. I'm gonna run some games right now and see how I feel, and yeah, let me know what y'all think, and stay tuned for some more TCM content. I appreciate you guys. If you liked the video and it was helpful, please be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If not, it's all good. We love y'all anyway. Catch y'all in the next video. Much love. Peace.